There's a Henry Miller quote that I really love. And it goes like this: "To make living itself an art, that is the goal." So I'm not a baker. I'm not a baker, but I bake sometimes. I love to make things. We live in a productivity obsessed world, and you don't need me to tell you that. Everywhere you look, someone is saying, turn your passion into profit, or you could sell that online, or you could use a third side hustle or a 20th side hustle. It can be so exhausting to live in this culture that is so obsessed with what's next. What are you doing next? Article headlines and Instagram quotes that we scroll past are designed to activate us, to make us concerned. Headlines like, here's what you're doing wrong with XYZ, or here's why it's totally justified to be an asshole when you're in your Delulu era. Or, I'm doing mornings better than you, watch me. And then you see like a 3-second incredibly fast clip of someone in their perfect kitchen. And this stuff is fun. I mean, I can't say I don't enjoy it to some degree. It tickles your brain to get excited about the possibilities of your future, the opportunities available to all of us, all of these things that we could do better. But it can also get you trapped in a loop of feeling like your own life is just not good enough. Whereas when you make things, when you slow down and you work with your real life, it brings you back to the truth that so much is so good right now, right in front of you. To say no to all that motivation out there in the world where they're trying to make money off of you and your insecurities, to say no to all of that, even for a rainy afternoon, to say bake a lemon cream pie, that's such an act of rebellion. Being quiet in your own life can feel pretty radical. Making beauty happen in your own world is an act of declaring, this is good enough. I'm good enough. I'm here. I'm living my life. I have my feet planted in my own life. And today, in this very imperfect moment, this is worth celebrating. I'm worth celebrating. I love making things. Like I said, I always have. I'm probably guilty of having too many interests. And yet my life feels like a blur a lot of the time. I'm on the computer a lot. I'm on my phone way too much. But when I slow down and I make something, like when I bake or when I draw, or even if I dress up in a way that feels creative, I remember those moments. I feel more alive, and I can mark my time more clearly in my memories. The details, when they become tangible and specific, they stick out to you, right? When your life is really happening. Like a few summers ago, I was editing a short film that I'd made, and I cared so much about this film. I wanted it to be great. I'm proud of the fact that I worked so hard that summer, but I was inside a lot. I was inside in my apartment in LA, just sweltering under the AC unit, editing. But at one point during that summer, I baked a key lime pie, and that pie was so good. And that's what I remember about that summer. I remember the pie. I remember working on it. I remember shopping for the ingredients. I remember putting it all together. I even remember the parts of the pie that I want to do differently next time. But I don't remember any of the editing, other than the general feeling that it was hard and it was hot and it was uncomfortable. So yes, we all have dreams, and it's so great to work toward them, and it's great to invest yourself in your work. But the tangible things that we make that are not on a screen are so important. We feel them, the things that we can touch, the things that we engage with. It helps us feel our lives as they're happening. And for me, every time I look at a painting I've done, every time I look at a drawing I've done, or look at a photo of something that I've baked or cooked, I remember who I was in those moments. I remember the experience. So if I look at an old painting that I made years ago, I can remember the feel of the room that I was in. Sometimes I can even remember the music I was listening to, or the show I was watching, or what was going on in my life. Those moments where you slow down and engage with life, it cements all of those memories from your own life. So I may not be a baker. I'm someone who makes things, right? I'm someone who wants to make art out of my own life, out of the materials in front of me and this little patch of life that I've been given. And it is so powerful to step away and have these moments when we're not watching other people's lives. And instead, we're watching our own lives. We're working with the materials of our own lives. We're not comparing ourselves to other people. We're not telling ourselves that we're behind. We're just here. We're just working with what we have, and we're enjoying it. And I want a life where I feel like I've got my hands in it, like I'm working with the raw materials, and I'm here. I'm here, and I'm marking my time, and I'm present. And maybe this will inspire you to do something really tangible and create some beauty in your life today.